I'll do this again because, watch. I'm done, but. Actually, you're leaning on the 4 chord, which is this, and this is the resolution tonic G flat major. So lean on this, resolve it down. Now what comes next? This stays fairly, going to this now, and I'll open this up a bit. Be careful here. You have a little loop. Now you're going to get bigger to the E flat. Shall we get to E flat with a bigger sound? It's still piano, but it's bigger. Right? 3, 5, 5, 3, 5, 3, 5, 4, most. Here's what I do. Notice? Now you have, here's the dominant chord. This is the minor 4 chord of G flat major. This is the 6 chord of G flat major. That's a surprise. Back to G flat major. It's dominant. And this is a secondary dominant of E flat major, so that's a change of key to E flat major. If you open that up more, so this is sound. It's enough. Up here. I want to hear that soprano voice pulling it out a little. Excellent, now you got it. Perfect, that was 100%. Did you notice the difference? It was really phrased so beautifully. That's better. There you go, there you go. Now that's decaying, so you're going to come in on the decay. The decay, yes. Now this is a variation with the left hand in underneath the melody now, right? That you started with. You know what you have to do here is roll these. With your wrist. It's all with the wrist. Don't forget to count this. 2 and 3 and 1 and 2. Roll 2 then. Roll 2 then. Roll 2 then. Roll it. Where at the very end, before you do the 4 chord to the 1, you have to trickle away or else it gets an accent. Watch. Now all you need is a little bit clearer pedaling. So pedal, hold pedal, new pedal, hold pedal, new pedal, hold pedal, new pedal, new pedal, new pedal, hold pedal, let it fall down. The only thing you need there's a little bit more the regular rhythm where you have. Now, you roll up to the E flat. You roll all the way to the E flat on one pedal. Then you finger switch, right? And I would change the pedal here. Keep the pedal. So I'm changing the pedal on measure 13, and then I'm holding it through measure 13. Now this really has to move very much like the French language. It's very floaty. You get the floaty. Just hardly any fingers. I use like very long fingers so I don't get a tappy sound. Do the top voice first. Yeah, they're little rolling motions, aren't they? Rolling there, fall down. You see the wrist is playing all of them. Right, and the under voice is da dee 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 da dee da. Yeah, the under voice is way under. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, thumb, 2 thumb. So together. It's a little duet. Right, it's underneath. That's much better, because now it's flowing across. Much better. When you get to that little, I think that's a dominant 7th going up, you have to not tap the fingers so much. So this is rolling. Yeah, sounds like the French language. Be careful to hear. Some drag. Drag. Be careful of tapping the fingers through that dominant 7. That's it. That's it. There you go. That was the touch. That's the touch sensitivity you need there. The inner voice has to do the same thing. Float both hands. Nothing's choppy. Excellent. Now this you're going to bring out a little bit more, because you can do an echo after that, right? Now you do your echo. Right? Right? It's very hard to control those 16ths. They can get very sort of crowded and punchy, right? So you have to float them like ooh-wee, like the French language. They're just rolling out of my wrist with the longer fingers there, so they don't get typed out, you know, like ta-ta, ta-ta, wah, wah, wah. All those 16ths are wahs, you know that? Again. It's very hard to control that, but long fingers. Once you come out of that, it says put anime, with some animation, it kind of moves along. You've come out of that cadence. Anyway, that's that little transition there. 3 and 1 and a 2 and 3. E and 1 and a 2 and 3 and use your wrist here. Try to get away from any fingers there, but just roll through groups of notes. Good. You're going to change your pedal there, right? Pedal, hold pedal, new pedal here. New pedal on that A flat chord. Now, by the way, he's telling you you can yield, which means you get a little bit like broaden there without becoming heavy. Without heaviness, but in tempo. Okay, so a mouvement means back to tempo there, when you have those double P chords, but you don't want them to be heavy, which means you're leaning to the top voice on those chords. So here, broaden, leaning toward that top voice and I'm lowering the other voices. See what he's doing? And then now he wants you to come back to the original opening tempo. So he says in and out, doesn't he? He sort of says, you know, a little bit broadening, now go back to tempo, now broaden, now go back to tempo. T, da, 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 T, ta, da, 1, 2, 3, da, da, dee, dee, da, da. Then he goes back to sol. So beautiful what he does here. Look what he does. This is why he goes in and out in a very soft range. It's hard to control with a touch. So this would be the piano for this part. And 3 and that's how quiet you have to do the double P there. So you've gone from P to double P, which is a bit tricky. Now he wants this bigger P. Okay. Now he's falling back again. And now he's the 4 chord again, subdominant. Now here comes the theme over the subdominant. Have to do. Here's what you're doing. So I did this, held on to the D flat, moved over to the B flat, the pedal's holding down the G flat. So. Right, so you don't play the G-D flat twice, you play the G-D flat and you roll over to the B flat and you have everything, all the 3 elements of the broken chord, G flat major. That's the tonic. Yeah, here's what you have to be careful of. I'm going to do it from there. So what we're doing is 1 and 2, 4-5, split the chord, 1 and 2, 5, 4, 3, 1 pedal. Now what he's telling you to do is murmuring but getting slower little by little. Retenant means getting slower little by little but murmuring all the way through. He's telling you to murmur or whisper this, but he's telling you to get a little bit slower. So that's... So that triplet has to be different than the 16ths. It's a different color. Do the color change. Tone and the way you're using your fingers and wrists make a huge difference. So I don't hear a lot of tappy notes anymore. I hear groups and waves of sound, because that's what this is.